Dragon Ball is finally going to be coming back in 2026, and nobody is ready for what the movie is actually going to be. There are leaks, rumors, and industry breadcrumbs, all pointing to a new Dragon Ball movie that's already in development. But the real question is, what story are they going to adapt this time? Today, I'm going to break down the two most realistic options and why both of them make complete sense. Make sure to stick around till option number 2 because it might surprise you. Let's start with, in my opinion, the most obvious one. Turning the Moro Arc into a movie. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything of the manga. I haven't even read it myself. But what I will say is that the Moro Arc is the next major arc directly after Dragon Ball Super Broly. This arc is big, cinematic, and honestly, it's just movie friendly in general. Without going into any plot details, the arc is cosmic in scale, has a villain with a very unique aesthetic. It involves lots of different characters and environments. And in my opinion, I think it has some escalation that would work perfectly for a Dragon Ball movie. It has all the ingredients to make a wonderful and theatrical Dragon Ball Super movie. It's a spectacle and honestly just a villain that feels different from all of our past villains. It's not a Saiyan, it's not a Frieza variant, it's not an android, it's something new. And as we already know, Toei loves to adapt these Dragon Ball Super arcs into movies. They've already done this with Dragon Ball Super Broly, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and even before, they did it with Resurrection of F and Battle of Gods. The Moro Arc movie would essentially bring fans who have skipped the entire manga, like myself, back into the story. It would kind of catch us up in a way. It would let Toei also rework the arc to be a little bit tighter than what the manga has it and make any tweaks that they feel necessary. And if Dragon Ball Super Season 2 is going to eventually come out, this will hype the return of it. And this is something that I hope that they think about, but also it just gives a major villain screen time and allows all of these different games like Xenoverse, Sparking Zero, Dokkan Battle, Legends, a new villain slash heroes from the movie to work into their games. I think it's the safest big return option. It'll have fan interests, plenty of merch opportunities, and a sense of continuity. Like I said before, most of you guys know what the Moro Arc, even without reading the manga. That gives this movie marketing value. Moro Arc being the next movie, I think it's very, very possible. But this second option actually might get more people more excited. What if they did a movie on Vegeta's past? I've seen some rumors about them either writing an arc or a movie about this, and it got me thinking. This movie would be way more unpredictable, but I actually think this might be more realistic than some people are realizing. It feels like for the past 10 or so years since Dragon Ball Supers came out, Toei and partially Toriyama have gone heavily into Saiyan heritage and just generally exploring Saiyan history. Think about it. In Broly, there was an entire backstory with Frieza taking over Planet Vegeta, and King Vegeta was featured in the movie. I also don't really know what happens in the manga, but I've seen pictures, and minor spoiler warning if you haven't seen the manga, but I've seen pictures and illustrations of Bardock. I don't know what happens there, but I know what happens. So a movie based around Vegeta's origins and what happened to him growing up, this just makes a lot of sense to me. Vegeta is one of the only major characters that has no backstory. Vegeta obviously has tons of lore. Broly got an entire movie with his backstory in it, and we've learned more and more about Frieza as the story develops. But Vegeta, we only see glimpses of his past. We see his father occasionally, we see sometimes him as a little boy, and we've seen some of his early missions. But we've never seen a full, fleshed out, dedicated story to the time gap between Frieza blowing up Planet Vegeta and Vegeta inevitably fighting Goku on Earth. A movie could finally explore all of that because honestly, with there being no Super Saiyan transformations or anything hyped like that, it may not warrant an entire arc, but I think it could warrant at least a movie. It's also just a completely fresh direction. A Vegeta prequel would explore Saiyan hierarchy, show the dynamic between King Vegeta and Frieza a little bit more, and Kid Vegeta and Frieza, cover the final days in detail of Planet Vegeta. I think that would be sick. And it just gives plenty of fans a deeper look into what shaped Vegeta into what he was before he met Goku. And honestly, people already love Vegeta. I think this would just add an emotional layer to the character. Another reason why this would be a good idea is because it avoids any timeline headaches. They wouldn't need to align it with the anime at all, as this is a prequel, so they could make up any story they want and it won't affect anything that's already happened. There's no confusion about when it takes place. There's not going to be any power scaling issues. As long as they don't entirely rewrite Vegeta somehow, which I don't think they will, it won't be a problem. And honestly, I think this would get people way more excited than Toei might think. Vegeta is nostalgic. He's one of the most popular characters. It'll be a lore-based based movie, and it'll have hopefully a lot of emotion. It'll give Vegeta the spotlight that he finally deserves. So when it comes to the 2026 Dragon Ball movie that they will hopefully soon announce, I really think it's either gonna be Moro Arc or a Vegeta background story. Both ideas are strong. I think they would have massive fan support, and it would also fit Toei's business style and strategies. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think is gonna come for the 2026 movie. I read and react to every single one. And if you like my video breaking down speculation of Dragon Ball anything, let me know in the comments below as well, because this is kind of new to my other content. But while I mentioned that, my other content is hot take videos, so why not check out the hot take on why the Goku Black Arc actually sucks. And before you go, like, comment, and subscribe. Only takes a moment and it helps me out tremendously. See y'all in the next one.